Welcome to the channel, friends. So today's video is going to be covering all the different generations of a Google Nest thermostat, kind of what they look like, the basic rundown, and kind of my thoughts on using these kind of short term and doing review videos. So if you don't know, I have a thermostat playlist and I cover each one of these different generation of Google Nest thermostats in detail when it comes to install, setup, manual override, factory reset, programming, setup menu options, lock and unlock, all sorts of different topics that you guys might be interested in, how to use these once they're in your home. Maybe even before you buy them, you want to know how they operate. My videos will help you out doing that because it basically goes through each and every parts of the different thermostat functions and shows you how they operate and kind of what they do, what they look like when they're in operation. So check out my thermostat playlist down below if you want to check out how these thermostats are used, how-to videos and install videos and user operation videos. I have all those in the thermostat playlist down below the video. I will link it down below. But I want to talk about these thermostats and kind of my summary on each one of these. Now, it's very confusing. There is a lot of different generations. We have here, this is the first generation Google Nest. Then we have, I believe this is like the second generation. This is called the Google Nest E thermostat, okay? Then we have this one here, which is the third generation. This is probably the most popular one right here. And I think it's one of the more, easier to use and better ones, and I'll talk about that why. But this one here is a good rival for the third generation. This is the fourth generation. This is the latest and greatest. And as you can see, it's a very beautiful thermostat. It just looks like a piece of glass mounted to your wall. But this is the fourth generation. And I just covered this in a recent set of videos covering its operation setup, and all the different menu options and all the different things you're gonna wanna know. So please check that out. But I can tell you right off the bat, I recommend these two bottom ones, okay? And the reason is because they're the most modern, they're the easiest to operate, and the easiest to visually see, okay? Now, there's a problem with this one here, and the only thing, it's easy to use, but this Nest Thermostat E generation, I believe it's the generation 2, it's just hard to see this display. It's very opaque, and it's very hard to see. It's very dim. Even in a dark room, it's very dim. Okay, it's just the way the display and the backlighting is on the thermostat, and I think that's why they kind of, this is not a really popular model. This one here, the original, is easier to use visually, much easier to see. Now I don't have these powered up because I just don't have a means to do that. But like I said, I want to do a quick summary and rundown of what these physically look like and my thoughts on the thermostats themselves, or my short-term time using them and doing the how-to videos. But like I said, if you want to see how these look when they're powered up, just check out my thermostat playlist down below the video. You can see all the different operations and what they do, what they look like, the displays, and all the different functions and all the different features you can have with these. Now, I will say these are the two more basic ones. And if you have more of an advanced setup in your home, you're going to want to either have the third generation or the fourth generation here. So these two, I will show the back plate and kind of what is allowed to be hooked up, which is a big factor depending on how elaborate or complex or simple your home heating and HVAC needs are, and cooling as well. But these two here at the bottom, third generation and fourth generation, definitely have a lot more terminals for different types of hookup, sensors, auxiliary devices, and different things that you can do with it, okay? Like I said, visually, these two, this one here is the worst when it comes to the display itself, but ease of use is there. It's very easy to use, especially with the app. Now, I do cover the connection with the app on all of these, and these are essentially smart thermostats. You have to connect either the Google Home app or the Nest app to use these, okay? So these two here use the Google Home. These two here use the Nest app, okay? So native app you want to use is Google Nest, and then the 4th generation and the original use the Google Home. But that's the native app that you want to use in order to control these. It's very important that you hook them up with an app and connect them and use them in that fashion, because there's very limited use and functionality when it comes to manually adjusting these, okay? And that's another thing I want to talk about, is that the reason why I say I favor this one all around, as an all-around kind of like workhorse, is because you can set the schedule on the thermostat with this one here, this 3rd generation. That is the biggest, I would say, plus when it comes to this 3rd generation Google Nest thermostat. Okay, this is probably the most common one, I would say, right here. The 4th generation, for some reason, they took away that functionality where you can program the schedule and adjust the schedule set points away from that, and you have to use the phone, just like these other two, okay? So 1, 2, and 3, you have to use the phone app to adjust your schedule and all the different set points for each day of the schedule. The 3rd generation, you can access the timeline for each day of the week. Everything you got to do for programming, schedule-wise, it's right here on the thermostat. You don't need to operate through your phone or through the Nest app or the Google Home app, which is a huge plus, because if you want to use it in a manual way, this is right here the best one, the Google 3rd generation. The Google 4th generation, this guy here, this thing is gorgeous. It really, it's a really modern thermostat. It's ease of use is there. Ease of use is there with all of these, okay? So it's just a matter of, I think, personal aesthetics and what if you want something that's the easiest to see, you're going to want these two here at the bottom. So the 3rd generation or the 4th generation. This one here, the original, is still easy to see, even though it has like a mirror display, which is kind of a little odd that they would put a mirror display. Same thing with this one. Like I said, it has a really hard to see dim backlight display, which is hard to see the characters and what you're doing when you're operating this thermostat. So I don't think this is a really popular model. But like I said, these two right here are I would say my favorites if I had to use a Google Nest thermostat. And I probably would favor this one here, okay? Like I said, 3rd generation, because it's the best all around. Easy to set up, easy to use with the app, easy to do manual type adjustments. This one, like I said, just as easy for manual adjustments, but you just can't adjust that schedule, which is a huge downside for me, okay? You have to have the ability, if you ask me, to be able to adjust the schedule on the thermostat or the option of the smartphone. So this is why I put together this video. I just wanted to talk about kind of the pros and cons, what I think. Just a really simple, quick video. But like I said, if you want to see these things powered up and in action, how they work, check out my thermostat playlist. I have a long list. I have over 130 plus videos covering Google Nest and other thermostats such as Honeywell, Lux Pro, Emerson Sensi, you name it. I cover almost all the popular ones out there. But let's go ahead and check out the back plate and the back side of each one of these thermostats, because that might be something you're interested in knowing about, what they look like on the back side and how many terminals are available for the type of connection, okay? So we're just gonna start with the original, and then we'll work our way up to the 4th generation, okay? So let's get up close and personal here so you guys can see what's going on. We're just gonna pop off the back plate. Very simple. We have 2 AAA batteries, and we have a connection, QR code, and the PIN code to set it up, okay? When you set up your app, you're gonna need to know that information. Base plate, very simple. We have here a bubble level, the mounting slots, and then we have a 6-conductor layout. We have basically simple heating and cooling and a heat pump option. You have that OB connection for the heat pump. Heating and cooling with fan, your simple kind of rundown when it comes to basic HVAC wiring, okay? So that's simple connection. Same thing with the next one here. So this Google Nest E thermostat, same thing. We have a port here to charge because there's an internal battery. Same thing, QR code, PIN code, and the connection interface for the base plate. Base plate, it's a 6-conductor, just like the previous generation. And we have your basic heating, cooling, heat pump OB terminal, okay? And it also can be user configurable because it has a little asterisk, okay? That's for additional different configurations where it's user configurable if you have different equipment that you have to trigger. So very basic setup, 6 conductor setup. Google Nest always includes a bubble level on their base plates to make it easy to install and to basically keep them level. Moving along to the 3rd gen now, we have a much more advanced configuration that is possible with this thermostat here. So let's take a look at the back side of the thermostat. We have the simple recharge USB port, the QR code, the pin code, and the interface to the base plate here. The base plate, as you can see, we have a lot more going on, and they stepped up their game and allow you for a more advanced configuration. Now, you don't have to have these all connected. You just have to have what's needed for your system. So the main difference is that this supports 1st stage and 2nd stage heating or cooling. As you can see here, W1, W2, Y1, Y2. Okay, we still have the asterisk or star terminal for user configuration, and we just have 10 conductors, 10 terminals that allows you to hook up for heating and cooling needs, and somewhat of an advanced configuration when it comes to 2nd stage. You also have the auxiliary port here, auxiliary terminal, which is for emergency heat or some kind of auxiliary type device or equipment. Same thing with that asterisk or a star terminal. You can user configure that terminal to do as you need. If you have humidifier, dehumidifier, extra ventilation, you name it. There's all sorts of different things you can do, but I'm not going to cover it in this video. Same thing, just like all the other base plates that Google Nest has. It has a bubble level at the top and your standard mounting slots. So let's take a look at the next one, which is the 4th generation. The 4th generation, they went ahead and souped it up even more. So as you can see, we have not only 10 conductors, but we have 12 now on the 4th generation. So the backside of the thermostat, same simple setup. We have the USB-C charging port, the QR code, the pin code to set it up, and the interface for the base plate. And the base plate, we have standard configuration, but with a lot more terminals. We have 12 terminals, 12 conductors here possible to hook up to this base plate. So in addition to what you saw on the 3rd gen, this has the ability to have an AQ plus and AQ minus. So that's just for additional equipment, extra ventilation, different auxiliary units. If you want to hook up a dehumidifier, humidifier in your house, you would use these terminals along with that star terminal as well. Okay, also supports 1st stage heating and cooling, as you can see here, and it has heat pump settings, terminals ready to go, as well as separate RC and RH terminals, just like the 3rd gen. So this is a 12 conductor base plate. I know it looks a little complicated, but it actually is very simple. These all do a very particular function and why you would need them. But I will have a separate set of videos or series of videos covering specifically the wiring of each one of these base plates. So as you see here, we had 4 different base plates. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cover each type of base plate and kind of the reason why you would have one of these terminals hooked up and what it does and kind of a summary. So that's going to be coming up. I will post them in my thermostat playlist, so please check those out. Like I said, if you want to know more about these thermostats in general, okay, I'm going to put the information down below the video to my thermostat playlist. And that way you guys can see how these operate in use and different functions and features and how to operate them. Those videos are down below. Like I said, 7-day programming, how to manual override, factory reset, lock and unlock, how to disconnect and connect the app, and how to do that whole process. And basically complete rundown when it comes to how-to on these units right here. Like I said, my 2 favorites are these guys right here, the 3rd gen and the 4th gen. But you can't go wrong with any one of these, honestly. They all work great. Ease of use is all there. I had no problem using them, going through the menus and things like that. But when it comes to a visual aesthetic, these are easy. These 2 here are easy to see, the 3rd and 4th gen. And they're just the most modern one. You're going to want the most up-to-date model for the most part if you're into these smart devices or smart thermostats. But like I said, you can't go wrong with these two either. They're very simple operation, and you still can hook them up to your app on the phone and use them that way or in a manual way as well. So like I said, can't go wrong with either one of these four, but I really prefer the 3rd gen because of that ability to adjust the schedule on the fly on the thermostat and not have to worry about the phone if I don't have to use that. They all have the same kind of features when it comes to geofencing and eco mode and how to program them. They're all pretty much the same. It's just the visual aesthetic, what you like and what you prefer. But this one is going to be the most good looking, most modern looking thermostat, the Gen 4 or the 4th gen. And then second, I would go with this one. But like I said, if I had to choose one for best all around out of the 4, it would be the 3rd gen because of its just sheer ability to still be a modern thermostat. Will have the ability to manually override and adjust the schedules on the thermostat, which you can't do with the other 3. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please check out my thermostat playlist for the extensive information on all 4 of these. I have a whole series done on each one of these. So check that out below the video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.